as we talk about often, we're proud of this group. Thought we scrapped and really fought, but obviously no moral victories. And we want to turn some of these opportunities, being in games and putting ourselves in position down the stretch into wins. Ultimately, that's our goal. And, after taking that punch in the third quarter, the 30-point quarter by New York, made a good run in the fourth quarter, just left some points out on the board on the foul lines and around the basket. But overall, I think we're the second team all year to shoot 50% or better against them from the field. So we did some really good things offensively and stayed in attack mode. I think we tied a franchise record for number of people who made a three, and tied a franchise record certainly for the amount of bench people hitting threes. So we sprayed the ball around. We shared it. I thought the bench gave us a lot of energy. Best game of the year for Zia, and really proud of her to be ready with Lexi a little under the weather. It was really nice to see that Zia was ready for her opportunity and stepped up. Steph Talbot had a really good game off the bench, and Ray Burrell gave us a lot of energy also. So all in all, a proud effort, but we're looking for more as we try to build.
We're going to start with questions for the players first on Zoom. So we're going to start with Vanity TV.
Hey, first I'm going to start with you, Zia. 9 points there in the fourth quarter. What did you see out there for you to kind of like get it going and get the team going when it looked like things were going to get away?
Really just letting everything flow for myself. When I came in the game, all I wanted to do was really bring energy. And my main focus was trying to bring energy on the defensive end. And somehow it just translated to the offensive end. I was noticing my defender was kind of leaving the nail open a little bit, so I was trying to take advantage of that. And then seeing where I could spray the ball as well.
And for you, Coach, just when it comes to Zia, her coming out of college, we knew that she's somebody that can go get a bucket. How can you guys best get her in those positions to go out there to score the way that she was able to finish in the fourth quarter there?
Yeah, I'll come back to it when it's my turn to answer questions. I'll answer, but let's get everybody's questions to the players.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Thanks, Coach. Last question for you, Ari. There was a couple moments there when you and Sabrina were exchanging baskets and really exploding with speed. Can you talk about the pace and what it was like tonight to play up against the New York Liberty and Sabrina Ionescu?
We knew that it was going to be an up-tempo game. They're a really good team. Just next game, just got to make it harder for them, especially Sabrina. She had 31. I'm not happy about that, so I think that was my assignment. But, just got to be better and just got to run it back in the team.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move to Jonathan on Zoom.
Hello, it's Jonathan of Big Baby Sports. Got a question for you. You guys are currently 0-4 on the road trip. What can you guys do to get some wins on this road trip?
Either.
Leave it all out on the court. Just keep going. I know, like we said in the locker room, we're tired of the moral victories. We are growing each game, but we just got to play and put it all together for 40 minutes, and I think we'll be all right.
Having that running back mentality, we talked about that in the locker room. So that's something that we definitely want to put on the floor, being locked in tomorrow, making sure we're understanding our assignments, and we have the opportunity that we can run it back. Hopefully, come up with the dub this time.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You have the opportunity now. There's a hours to you talk about opportunity to change your things up defensively. You're pulling out being here. The defense is changing already, which is the reality. So what are some specific things you're looking at to change opportunity on the side of it?
That's Coach. That's Coach with the schemes. But I didn't think we did a bad job tonight. We might have had some lapses and some miscommunication, but like I said, just had a running back mentality.
Just for you, obviously, you were a really strong shooter. I know that every time quickly shooting players, you started looking for? There's just two parts to it. Was there mechanical changes, or something that was different from now, and how satisfying was it to see the ball get through his ball?
Yeah, I think it's all about trusting my process, understanding that what was in college was in college, and I'm in the pros now, and that's what my career is gonna be. So just being ready, stepping up when the opportunity presents itself, and then just making sure I'm getting my shots up in the gym and doing what I need to do. And it definitely felt good to be out there. It felt great. To see the ball going in, it felt even better. But the ultimate goal is to win games, and when we're able to do that, that's when I really come into.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For questions for Curt, we're gonna start with Vanity TV on Zoom.
All right, I'll go back to the Infinity TV question. Yeah, obviously, Zia is a really talented guard, and she can be really explosive and have these types of moments, and she showed it in this first year plus of her career. Her big growth for it all is her efficiency. Obviously, that's what the big growth was for her at South Carolina also. Her senior year really took a big step in efficiency. As she mentioned, obviously different type of talent in the pros than there is in the SEC, different type of talent that she sees night in and night out. And so once again, the challenge for her, as she's a person who hunts for offense, to continue to give her confidence to do that, but challenge her to find efficiency. And tonight, when I talked to her in the locker room after the game, is she really let the game come to her while she stayed aggressive offensively. She didn't force things that she needed to, didn't force things, and just really let the offense flow and work. And I thought she really did a nice job offensively, and it's great. Proud of her to be ready when her number was called. She hadn't played, extended minutes in an extended period. So for her to be ready just shows maturity as a young pro, and really proud of her. And the locker room is, genuinely excited for her tonight.
Thanks. Coach, one last quick question for you. I'm just curious to know, since we know you like tape so much, what are some things that you're going to review back from today's game and try to tweak a little bit with this amended New York roster, as well as your roster being a little bit different as well?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, first things first is Sluty and Laney available, and continuing to talk about them within this group. And then looking at the tape tonight again, and looking at where we shot 50%, but we left some opportunities around the rim. They're not easy to score against around the rim. JJ and Stewie are both so long, and they're really big. If you haven't seen their wings in person, in Phoebich, and obviously really long wings, they're not easy to score against, but we'll show them that we left some opportunities that we know around the rim tonight, where it could even been more an impressive offensive night. Defensively, we've got to understand, we let Sabrina get going. We tweaked some defenses. We changed multiple times within the game to try to give her a different look, but she really found a flow. And that third quarter, we're going to look back defensively, and some of our turnovers, our Achilles heel on the year, jumped up and grabbed us at the wrong time in that third quarter, which led to a 30-point quarter for them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna go to some of these questions.
Questions. First one, maybe was easy for the start. For every new career, that's obviously a tough matchup. There's against anybody I can say against you. What do you hope she learns from tonight that you can apprise?
Yeah, I think, the obvious was the foul trouble and the physicality of JJ. They ran some specific things to try to isolate and go at her. Welcome to the league kind of actions, and, and challenge her. She is a much better mover defensively than people realize until they play. So I thought she did some good things, but the physicality, getting posted up early in transition by JJ, acquired a few of those fouls. So, she'll have to learn how to play against someone like JJ without fouling. Again, she did a nice, she did some nice things, but couldn't really get in the flow offensively. But you saw her hit her three. You saw that she does have the ability to score at multiple levels. And she's, really, really a great player to work with. I can't tell you how fun it is to work with her. 25-year-old 6'7" center with a very bright future.
You mentioned super. You've coached against her before, but is there something you want to come on to you like playing against what you've been saying? Is there something different? I mean, it wasn't about being right now and when person that you were able to pick up on it, maybe they hasn't told the story about it, but you know, this is firsthand.
Well, I just love working with Sabrina through USA Basketball, and I got to know her, and I've become as close with her as anyone from an opponent team through USA Basketball as anyone. And one of the things I will tell you about Sabrina is she's put in the work to handle the physicality and put in the work to give back the physicality offensively. You used to be able to trap her. You used to be able to speed her up. You used to be able to bother her. She is strong with the basketball now. She delivers the first blow off the dribble most of the time, and has really worked on playing with different tempos and speeds. It's really impressive to watch, and maybe the average fan doesn't realize how much she's added that way, since she's been in the league. She is a true all-star now. She is a true Olympian. She is not as easy to speed up, trap, be physical with anymore. She delivers that, punishment. And so we have to have a better night against her in a couple days.
A couple of things, first, in terms of the defensive stuff, cannot being, obviously been the physicality, but it's a very different presence. So you go back to run for it in a certain way to try and, design defenses differently because of, who the father is?
Yeah, certainly, we got to tweak things to our personnel now, but there's no practice time. So, we got to get through this road trip and realize we're coming to the end of 9 games in 18 days. But we will be on the practice floor tomorrow. I don't know how much we'll be moving, but, we've got to talk about some of the adjustments going into this game. But overall, when you look at it, until we get Azare, we'll be smaller. We will be without rim protection that Cam brought. And so we'll look differently. We'll have to scheme a little bit differently, and that will all be a work in progress.
And just in terms of the overall vision of this season, it was about having so many different periods. Is there certain satisfaction in seeing what you were able to do on the offensive end? Is that something you think you have to build?
Yeah, I think obviously between, post players and Lee and Cam, and drafting Ricky also, that we increased some 3-point shooting. Obviously, Lexi and Kia Nurse have had their moments and are really talented shooters at times. They've gone into a little bit of dry spell, but, seeing us get multiple people making threes tonight is a good sign. We're modern basketball and we want it to go. Losing Carly Samuelson, how do you absorb, a great shooter like that? But, really pleased with, how we shot it tonight, and can we keep doing that?
Okay, last question on Zoom.
I think you said me, but I can't totally hear. Hi, this is Cameron from the Next. You talked a little bit on Wednesday about unintended consequences with injuries and other players stepping up. Just wondering what it means on a long road trip to get extended minutes from your bench, ultimately winning the fourth quarter, and then what momentum and confidence for those players who maybe hadn't been seeing as many minutes earlier in the year.
Yeah, I think, everything we mentioned, the unintended consequence is Stephanie Talbot got extended minutes tonight and took advantage of it. Unintended consequence of Lexi not 100% tonight. Got Zia Cooke on the floor. Ray Burrell's energy kept her on the floor. So, really pleased with our bench production tonight. Dearica, will be frustrated and want to play better, but she continues to be our anchor. And she'll step back up in a couple days and not stop fighting for us. So all in all, everybody a little bit contributed. So, look forward to getting into my laboratory tomorrow and teach a little bit and then come back at it on national television against them on Saturday.
Thank you.
Nice. There's a couple other hands.
Go on.
Eric?
Hey, Coach. Zia is a fierce competitor. How do you handle a player of her talent and manage that relationship to ensure you don't lose her when she hasn't been getting much playing time?
Yeah. I don't worry about that. Zaya's the ultimate pro. She's a great teammate. She is easy to coach, and I'd rather have players competitive and hungry and frustrated and craving more minutes than someone that just sits at the end of the bench and is satisfied. So I don't worry about Zia. She's been absolutely fun to work with since we drafted her.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll do another one from JD Johnson as well.
Hey, Coach. Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Coach, I got two questions. So number one, was Brink out? Do you expect more from Rickea Jackson? And number two, are you going to use Zia Cooke more in the second group, or what will be her role moving forward?
Yeah, continue to have to be a spark plug for us for Zia off the bench, someone that hunts offense, someone that can give us a different look of physicality at the small guard position on the defensive end. Rickea obviously is a big piece of what we're trying to do. The big adjustment for Rickea as we come through this injury is that Rickea is probably going to have to go back and help us with some depth as the 4. We have been playing her almost exclusively at the 3, but this injury has now changed that. The hard part for Rickea is all of a sudden the playbook doubles. And now she's back playing some 4-4s, and you could just see a little bit today where she was thinking, and instead of just being the reactive player that she can be, you could see the wheels turning, going, okay, I'm supposed to be where, here, who am I screening? What am I doing? And we'll just work with her and have some grace and help her through that because she does have that versatility. But it's a big ask for a young rookie with very little playing time to constantly be shifting from a two extreme different ask in offense and defensive schemes. But Rickea can handle it. She's a pro and clearly one of the best rookies in our league.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Curt.
Appreciate you.